following is a presentation of HBO Sports.
Hello, I'm Jim Lampley. On October 17, HBO pay-per-view will take you to New York's Madison Square Garden for the pay-per-view duel between Kazakhstan's Gennady Golovkin and Montreal's David Lemieux. They are two of the most explosive punchers in the middleweight division and two of the most dangerous punchers in all of boxing. So the fight figures to be blazing and possibly brief. To help get you ready for Golovkin-Lemieux, we're going to take you back now to David Lemieux's next to last fight, his first fight in the United States, a battle in Brooklyn with rugged Gabriel Rosado, a fighter who earlier in his career had been one of Golovkin's knockout victims. It was December 6 last year. There was a curious crowd in the Barclays Center as Lemieux came in riding a 7-fight win streak, and already there was talk that a win might set him up to fight Triple G. Here's how I called the fight between Lemieux and Rosado, with Max Kellerman and Andre Ward.
Good evening, gentlemen. Both of you see the instructions in the dressing room. I want you to obey the commands and protect yourselves at all times. Right now, everything here is low. Right here, the trunk's a little high. Right here, we're going to call it low right here. All right, tap it up, and here we go.
Feeling is this is Lemieux's fight early, Rosado's fight late. Rosado told us yesterday, just because he can box doesn't mean he's going to give up ground. He has to let Lemieux know that he's a force to be reckoned with, and the question about Lemieux is if he can't overwhelm Rosado with his power early, how does he win this fight?
That's the question.
I love this referee. Steve Willis is a show. He is cocky, he is in command, he is fun. Let's hope he does a great job with what could be a really interesting fight. Lemieux driving Rosado back with a jab to start things off.
Rosado's strategy gives Lemieux chances early. The idea that he's not going to run, that he's going to box in the pocket, that does put him in line with Lemieux's power in the early rounds.
Hard right hand by Lemieux. Rosado's not afraid to taste power shots. He believes he can take them.
But Lemieux is a bona fide puncher.
For the first 4 or 5 rounds, at least. And now they're giving and taking. Rosado lands a right hand of his own.
Rosado not known as much of a puncher, but I feel Andre's power is a little bit underrated.
Yeah, he stated as much. He said that I believe Lemieux will be surprised at the type of shots that he's hit with from me, so we'll see. Rosado has a lot of Bernard Hopkins in him. They come from the same area, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Bernard is a mentor to Gabriel Rosado. We see some flashes of Bernard Hopkins stylistically in Gabriel Rosado.
He's been in 8 different training camps with Hopkins, and from that, he's developed a strong sense of himself. As he says, I deal with a legend on a daily basis.
Rosado feels if he could take Triple G's power and not succumb early, how's Lemieux going to get him out of there? And obviously Triple G is a much more complete fighter than Lemieux.
Well, one of Rosado's
puncher.
credentials is 7 rounds with Triple G and he didn't hit the deck. He stood up. He got busted up, but he wasn't down. As opposed to the number of other guys who've been down and down early. David Lemieux has to deal with a 3-inch height disadvantage, has to try to generate leverage while punching up. Andre, it's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not. And good right hand to the body from Lemieux.
That could help. Body shots will bring that height disadvantage down just a little bit.
Lemieux's landed some real electric body shots in this first round.
But Rosado's, kept his composure. We got to keep an eye on the left eye of Gabriel Rosado. He's been cut 4 different times in his career. He's had a major surgery to remove scar tissue, to replace it with tissue earlier this year. And we want to see if that eye holds up when it really gets hit with a good shot, the left eye.
Another pretty good right hand inside by Rosado.
Love what Rosado's doing here. He had a game plan. He did not allow Lemieux's power to dissuade him from that game plan. He's a guy who says he's going to do something, and he goes out there and does it.
Yeah, that's who Gabe Rosado is, in a nutshell.
And Lemieux, on the other hand, fulfilling his billing. He has not only eye-catching power, but ear-catching power. You hear it when he lands.
Bon respect, Dave. Pas fort. Deuxième fois.
Second time.
quand tu t'approches, je veux des bons mouvements de tête, OK? Ton jab solide, puis mouvement
When the
de
guy's
tête.
going to come close, I want you to
Si
really
tu
punch
commences à
him
le frapper,
seriously.
puis tu vois qu'il bloque les 2-3 premières shots,
If you start
comme
to
je
knock
dis,
him
first
and
attack,
you
il va
realize
vouloir
that-
te suivre dans ton mouvement, tu vas pouvoir le contre-attaquer.
If
Tu
it's-
as compris? Et assure-toi que
Right hand to the body, left hook, or left hook to the body. That was beautiful. Keep ripping that body, because you're going to slow him down. Then eventually you can come over the top with that right hand.
That's the relax, right?
Yes. And don't.
Here we see Gabriel Rosado standing a little tall on the ropes. David Lemieux takes advantage, throws a pretty vicious straight right to the body. Gabriel Rosado felt it, but he took it well.
Very competitive round one in terms of CompuBox numbers. Lemieux 19 out of 61. Rosado 21 out of 55. So both guys got in some shots in round one. Meanwhile, Mark Ramsey is the trainer in David Lemieux's corner tonight, veteran trainer from Montreal, who also is the head trainer for Jean Pascal. Pascal was fighting in Montreal tonight against Roberto Belante of Argentina. And while Ramsey is here handling Lemieux, Roy Jones is training Jean Pascal tonight in Montreal. We're told that that fight has ended on a second round no contest, as Pascal landed a punch which was judged to be a foul. Belante could not continue, so it's a two-round no contest in Montreal for Roy Jones and Russ Anber handling Jean Pascal, while Mark Ramsey goes forward with David Lemieux here in Brooklyn.
Meantime, this is a very good contest through 2 rounds so far in the middle of the second round. Hall of Fame trainer Jesse Reed in Gabe Rosado's corner, not Billy Briscoe, his longtime trainer. And Reed seemed very happy with what Rosado did in the first round, and I don't think without reason.
I think what's happening now was expected from the Rosado camp. A hard-charging Lemieux. They want to weather the storm, but also touch Lemieux, hit Lemieux to the body, to the head, keep it close, and pull away in the latter part of the fight.
Jesse Reed now working in his own gym in Los Angeles. Trained some really outstanding fighters back in the day, including Roger Mayweather and Johnny Tapia. Says that Gabe Rosado has given him new incentive and new excitement as a trainer. And now let's listen to Jesse Reed as he talks to Gabe Rosado.
Punch and move. Like that. Keep touching him. Keep touching him. Keep touching him, Gabe. Keep touching him. That's it. Get off first. Get off first, Gabe. Get off first.
Did not get off first there as Lemieux hammers him with 2 hard body shots and a left hook upstairs.
Well, one of the ways in which Lemieux is dissuading Rosado from throwing that jab is he's throwing a vicious straight right hand to the body, counter to that Rosado jab upstairs.
Yeah, that can't feel good. But again, Rosado's taking it well. This is a fight with 2 really good fighters. At some point in time, both fighters are going to get hit, and you want to see how they respond to being hit.
Lemieux is putting in the work to the body, which usually pays dividends later in the fight.
Well, if you watch any of Lemieux's fights, he's always a hard charger early on. The question is, can he be a hard charger in the latter part of the fight?
That's the point. Those kind of body shots, if they're not setting up an immediate knockout, you wonder what happens as the fight wears on. Does it diminish Rosado, or does Lemieux become psychologically frustrated and Rosado start to come on?
CompuBox numbers through round 2. Lemieux 37 of 123. Rosado 37 of 107. So they've landed the same number of punches, but several of them are those really vicious body shots that Lemieux has thrown early on. One question for big punchers like Lemieux: can they learn how to vary the pace? Can they learn how to mix the curveball with the fastball and provide a little deception that helps set up the big power shots? Early in his career, Lemieux was definitely one of those hard fastball throwers who wanted to throw nothing else but big shots. He says he's learned the nuance since then.
And just like a hard thrower, a major league pitcher, if all you got is the fastball, You can get through the lineup one time maybe. That's a relief pitcher. But you better have something else if you want to get through the lineup a couple times, if you want to be a starter. And that's one of the reasons I think Lemieux has faded in the past late in fights.
Yeah,
Very good
Rosado's
right-hand
definitely.
body shot by Lemieux. Steve Willis is telling him it was low.
Here we go.
No penalty yet.
To your point, Max, Rosado's starting to time him a little bit with the right hand because again he's throwing that fastball, and it is a fastball. It's, you know,
You got a heater.
he's got a heater, but again, if Rosado was able to hold up and continue to put in some offensive work himself, good shot.
Hard left hook. Wobbled Rosado. Let's see if Lemieux can get in the right hand.
That's the difference maker. that
Rosado
Lemieux
fires
has.
back with the right hand. But Lemieux still got him trapped in the corner. Good hard left hook again. And down goes Rosado.
I think he got hit in that left eye again.
5, 6, 7.
He's telling Steve Willis that he's going to get up, and he does.
You all right?
I'm good.
Okay.
He got caught with that shot partly because he was fighting back, partly because Lemieux wouldn't let him clinch. Lemieux did a good job of backing up, not letting Rosado clinch, and not just giving him the bum's rush when he got Rosado hurt.
And he's blinking that left eye, and now he's pawing at the left eye with his glove, and it looks like the skin has broken once again, and now Lemieux has got him on the defensive end in trouble.
And not just that, but the left eye is swelling rapidly.
Rosado is in a tough spot here. Doesn't have all of his faculties, but needs to put something on Lemieux to stop him from just charging him.
45 seconds to go in round 3, and David Lemieux is teeing off, looking for an early knockout victory.
You don't want to exchange with a puncher like Lemieux when you're in this state, but at the same time, you have to do something to slow his roll.
And his eye is closing, so now he has one eye trying to, you know, look out for those bombs that Lemieux is throwing.
And Lemieux backing up to distance so that Rosado can't hold him, then stepping back in and firing hard.
And Lemieux is going to the body and the head, and that's hard for Gabriel Rosado right now.
Still
Very
all
hard.
fastballs. He's not
His money
varying.
punch through this whole rally has been the left hook, not the right hand.
He's not varying the speed of his punches, so he's not setting Rosado up for everything. It's fastball after fastball.
But he's landing.
What a round for David Lemieux. And there's the Lemieux family at ringside, happy as you can see with what they saw there.
You gotta bang him in the body and start moving. You're laying on the ropes and giving him shots.
I was not in that round.
Yeah, I know it.
Deep breath. Don't worry about it. Deep breath.
And you see now?
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
Deep breath.
don't forget your jab. You're abandoning your jab. Start punching and moving like you know how to do. Just touching him. Don't load up. Don't look for clean shots. Make them happen, son.
Here we see a wide but effective left hook from Lemieux to the face of Rosado. The thumb catches Rosado slightly in the eye, and that's where all the problems started. And then we see Rosado on the ropes trying to defend himself, but he gets hit with another monstrous left hook, goes down partly because he's hurt and partly to protect the left eye. Excuse me, the right eye.
It's the left eye, which is swollen, though. And you saw Danny Davis working the eye between rounds. Danny Davis is a pro, another veteran of the Bernard Hopkins camp. But in that round, Lemieux landed 29 power shots, and many of them on or around that left eye, which is now swollen up. I said that the skin had broken. It did not. There's no blood so far, but the swelling was big and immediate. And here goes Lemieux again.
Big shot from Lemieux. And I was correct, it was the left eye, but the right eye is also slightly swollen.
It was a clean shot by Lemieux, a beautiful shot.
Oh, another left hook for Lemieux in there.
It was, I think, the top of the thumb that got a little bit in Lemieux's eye that started the swelling.
Exactly, man.
Normally we would take you to Steve Weisfeld's unofficial score at this moment, but Lemieux is on the verge of a possible knockout or knockdown again. So we're going to stick with the action right here.
Now the challenge for Lemieux was going to have to be not to shoot his wad, not to punch himself out, because that could spell trouble. Rosado is tough. He's taking punishment. Good shot from Rosado. There's no guarantee that Rosado's going to go here. Lemieux's got to be smart.
Lemieux's doing a ton of good things here. One thing maybe he can improve on is, as we mentioned earlier, varying the speed and the strength of his shots. Rosado's more easily able, I think, to absorb them because they come in at the same impact, the same level of force every time.
Now Rosado fights back and lands a big uppercut. Tremendous action in the fourth
shot
round.
from Rosado.
Rosado feels like he's got Lemieux going a little bit.
Good
now
shot
here
from
comes
Lemieux.
with the right hand.
Well, if they exchange like this, it's bad news for Rosado, I think, still.
Eventually,
this early in the fight.
And And one of the best things Lemieux is doing, you were right, Max, when you said he's doing a ton of good things. But to me, using the fear of that right hand to set up his left hook over and over. Very impressive.
Just saw Lemieux take a huge deep breath a few seconds ago.
And now Rosado getting into the body and pitting him against the ropes. Crowd coming to life.
Early in the fight for Rosado to be this offensive, but he's having success. That's the danger right there.
By Lemieux.
Rosado got a little greedy. He was landing good. He stood there just a little too long. Big left hook from Lemieux.
And now Lemieux with the straight right hand. And the left hook as an uppercut.
Rosado started his offensive surge a little early in the fight, I think, against a puncher like Lemieux, who'd already had him hurt.
Well, it's flight or fight time. He's in a tough situation. The eye's closing. He has to take his shot now. He doesn't know what kind of shape the eye's going to be in. So I think this was smart from Rosado. Test Lemieux, see if he responds, and he has.
Rosado waves him in. Lemieux says, all right, I'll come and get you.
Lemieux landed a left hook to the body.
Trying to psychologically break Lemieux right now, Rosado.
What a fight in Brooklyn.
This is why the fans love Gabriel Rosado. Win, lose, or draw. He always brings it.
Hold on. And there's the Rosado family at ringside.
What a round.
Hey, calm down, calm down. Gabe, you can beat this guy by punching with him. Punch with him. Punch with him, all right? All right, but use your jab and touch him. Use the jab and touch him. All right, let me see. Let me see with my hand.
Hey, bro, I gotta see the side of yours.
He's working on it.
Action from that round. Give and take. Mark Ramsey talking to David Lemieux. Power shots in round 4 by CompuBox count. Lemieux 25 of 58. Rosado 22 of 48. 47 power shots landed in the round, and it was all sellout punching.
Rosado has to be mindful of getting caught in an exchange with a big shot he doesn't see. Otherwise, some of that work he's doing has got to be putting some doubt in Lemieux's mind.
Yeah, Rosado has to do his work and not get greedy. Get out before the big shots come. Good shot right there, short jab, slight uppercut from Lemieux. This is the danger zone for Lemieux. If he doesn't get Rosado out and this fight goes deep, his only 2 losses came because he started fast. He faded in midway and late in the fight. Rosado's proven he can go late. Lemieux has to prove that he can fight consistently late into this fight.
Think Vladimir Klitschko 10 years ago against Lehman Brewster. It was a little more one-sided, but he over-invested in power shots, sold out, lost his energy, wound up losing. Same thing happened to Vladimir against Ross Purity. That's the trouble that may face Lemieux if he continues at this pace.
Lemieux early, Rosado late, but early is the first 6 rounds. And Rosado started to open up last round in the 4th and got caught again, but did some excellent work himself.
And the key to the formula now, could Rosado's eye possibly hold up into the second half of the fight?
Sometimes, not all the time, with punchers like Lemieux, they believe in their power so much that when they shoot their wad and they hit their opponent with everything they got and they're still there, psychologically it can crush them and it can do something to them. And I don't know if that's happened yet, but Gabe Rosado's still in this fight and Lemieux still seems to be strong.
Rosado threw low. Steve Willis talked to him about it. And let's give a quick listen once again to Jesse Reed as he talks to his fighter, Gabe Rosado.
Double right hand, roll it. Double right hand, double, double. Double, Gabe, double. Back him up, Gabe, back him up. Back him up, back him up.
Another hard right hand by Lemieux.
Rosado caught it on the glove.
Yeah, just. Jesse Reed wants Rosado to back Lemieux up. Sometimes the best way to do that is to even tie him up and walk him back a little bit, just to break that forward momentum.
Good point, Max.
Lemieux makes it hard to grab his arms, though, because when Rosado reaches for a clinch, Lemieux takes a step back and then has some punching distance.
And after largely dominating the third and fourth round, David Lemieux's left hook has disappeared in round 5. He's gone back to throwing nothing but straight right hands when he gets a chance at a power shot. The left hook was what was almost knocking Rosado out.
Good. Respire comme il faut. Prends le temps de bien respirer.
Breathe well. Try to breathe well.
David, on travaille beaucoup en coup unique en ce moment, OK? Un peu
We're working very hard at the moment.
Tu mets tes mains ensemble.
Okay, you need to make sure to put your punch together, okay? Slow on the speed. Try to have a combination. Try to have your punches together, okay? Go with a 1, 2, 3, and then finish, okay?
Let me see some there. All right, let's go. Look at him. Look at him. All right. Gabe, I don't want you getting hit with those right hands. Punch and move. Let's...
Lemieux isn't a jabber. He's never been a jabber. He's not, I mean, he'll throw a jab here and there, but he's not, his forte is unleashing both hands with power. Rosado is a better boxer, and he uses the jab more. It would serve him well right now to start using that jab to keep the shorter fighter at bay just a little longer to try to land his shots just like that.
Just get the feeling that if Rosado can get out of this round without too much damage, he can start to pick it up in the second half of the fight. But he's got to get through this round.
Lemieux landed a straight right hand. Rosado didn't budge, but the left hook
keep him up. Come on,
once again exploded on Rosado's chin.
It's got to be hard for Rosado with that eye that's closing to see some of these right hands that are coming over the top.
Lemieux showing greater intelligence than he has in the past. Picking his shots, I think, wisely. When Rosado leans in, throwing the uppercut, his punch selection has improved.
Yes, nice arsenal tonight. When Lemieux does use the jab, it's not like it's an educated jab. It's almost like a rush jab. Like, okay, let me get through this so I can get these big shots in.
But when Rosado goes forward and makes himself available to Lemieux's left hook, he gets hit very hard.
Yeah, it doubles the impact.
All the fanfare goes to Lemieux's right hand. Tonight he's been devastating with the left hook when he uses it.
To the head and the body.
Good right hand to the chest by Lemieux.
You know, Lemieux's got bad intentions on every single shot that he throws.
Another left hook lands.
Rosado's got to be very careful exchanging hooks with Lemieux right now. He's much better off when he lands that little rolling right hand, as Jesse Reed called for earlier, and slips out.
Another right hand over the top. Good combination by Rosado.
You keep him up now. Come on.
Another low blow from Rosado, and Willis warns Rosado a second time.
Rosado's got to be feeling those body shots right now. He's got to be feeling them. But again, he's taking them well.
Andre, do you think he can see anything out of his left eye?
Barely.
And Lemieux is so physically strong that Rosado's unable to stop Lemieux's forward momentum.
Left hook to the body again by Lemieux. Hard shot.
All right, okay. Start hurting him. Let's go. Let's go to work. Yeah, just keep putting. Let's go.
Give me that towel. Where that towel?
Gabe, be first, son. You're giving up too much ground. Be first. Come on.
CompuBox numbers on power shots in round 6. Lemieux 24 out of 45. Rosado slowing down just a little bit. 12 out of 24.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's just take a look. You're all right? You're good. Okay.
Careful examination of Gabe Rosado's left eye. Very quickly, Steve Weisfeld, how do you have it scored through 6?
Jim, I have it 59-54 for Lemieux. Lemieux seems to punch a lot harder. Rosado seems to take a punch a lot better. So far, it's the hard punches of Lemieux that are winning out. 10-8 round in round 3 for the knockdown. So after 6 rounds, I have Lemieux up by 5 points.
I gotta say, checking to see if Rosado, how many fingers he could see, and Rosado could see the fingers. He had just enough vision. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because it doesn't seem as though it's worried about permanent damage to the eye. And I think Rosado has earned the right to go out on his shield here if he wants to.
Yeah, even with the closed eye, I think you would want to see the doctor look into his eyes with the light to see if he sees anything that's not right.
Well, this is the arena where Chris Algieri on June 14 earned a points decision over Ruslan Provodnikov with a right eye that frankly looked a lot worse than Rosado's left eye does at this moment.
This is prize fighting, and Lemieux's a big puncher, and Rosado wasn't going to just come in here and win easy if he was going to win.
Lemieux is not making the mistake that Provodnikov made of simply chasing the eye and assuming that if he lands one more big shot on it, he's going to end the fight. Lemieux is continuing to do his work to the body and the head with both hands.
And I agree with Jesse Reed here. I think now we're into the 7th round. Rosado's got to break Lemieux's forward momentum, try to get him to fight going backward.
Somehow. Because it becomes increasingly clear, at least against this opponent, if Lemieux's allowed to come forward, he's a freight train.
Yeah, he definitely picks up steam.
And do something to shake Lemieux's confidence.
David Lemieux has never had a knockout past the 7th round, meaning of the 30 knockouts, all of them were inside of 7 rounds. And we're in the 7th right now.
Rosado just missed with a low right hand to the chin of Lemieux.
You got to have real guts to fight a two-handed puncher who's hurt you and dropped you and swelled up your eye with one eye, where some of those punches coming at you are invisible, and still try to fight in the pocket and not just run and hold, as Rosado's doing.
That's who Rosado is, a real fighter.
Lemieux landed a clean right hand. Rosado has shown a whale of a chin.
Time! No punch!
But as we go toward the 8th, Rosado's falling way behind on the scorecards. Hasn't landed anything significant for a while.
Look at me, Gabe. You got to be first, son. You got to be first. You're letting him walk in without seeing anything. Let your hands work for you, all right? You're letting him walk in too much. Be the champion. We need these rounds. Let's go get them now. Let's get them. Look at me.
Attack out.
Okay, make sure you attack and then you go back. You punch 1, 2, 3 and then you go back, okay?
Continue à travailler, continue à travailler. C'est un combat éprouvant pour lui. Continue à mettre de la pression sur lui.
I mentioned it's been a while since Rosado's landed anything significant. Power shots through round 7. Lemieux has landed 122 of 260. That's 47%. Rosado has landed 79 of 177. Rosado needs to step up the pace. Jesse Reed asked for that between rounds.
Rosado's not winning this fight on points, obviously. He's way too far behind. He's got to have to put some doubt in Lemieux's mind about Lemieux's ability to hurt him, about Lemieux's own stamina, and Lemieux's ability to take Rosado's punch. And if Rosado doesn't start doing that pretty soon, he's not going to win the fight.
Lemieux's only been past the 8th round 3 times, however. One of them was the loss to Joaquim Alcine. I said 10 rounds. It was actually a 12-round fight in which he lost the decision to Alcine. And by the way, he says, I don't agree with the decision.
And by the way, for those saying, duh, Rosado's not going to win the fight, Lemieux's the favorite. He's beating the hell out of him. Boxing history is littered with examples of hot prospects who are having their way with grizzled contenders, and eventually the contender puts doubt in that prospect's mind and comes through late.
So what you're saying is it's still not out of the question that Gabe Rosado could turn this around.
It would be, at this point, the odds are against it, but it's not impossible.
Good shot from both fighters right there. Rosado's been landing a sneaky little left uppercut to the chin of Lemieux, but he hasn't followed up. He should try to follow up with a right hand straight or over the top and see if he can get some action in this fight right now.
Well, that's partly maybe the good body work that Lemieux did early. Maybe took some of the starch out of these Rosado shots later.
Still a lot of time in this fight. A little over 4 rounds.
And Lemieux's offense seems to be slowing down just a bit. Perhaps he's thinking of pacing himself to make it through the remainder of the fight. And Rosado is picking it up just a little bit as Jesse Reed continues to shout with urgency from the corner.
Come on, Gabe, be the boss. Be the boss. Be the boss.
Well, that was the closest round we've seen in quite a while.
You gotta let your hands go. You gotta let No. You gotta throw more punches. You're letting him walk in. Look. Listen to me, son. Hey, listen to me. You gotta let those combinations go, son. Don't wait. You won't win this fight. You gotta take it to him. Take it to him.
Okay, make sure you don't let him get any momentum, okay? Keep putting pressure on him and put your hands together.
Boom!
Go as fast as you can.
Zombie box numbers in round 8. Lemieux 16 out of 56. Rosado 13 out of 37. Both fighters slowing the pace just a little bit in the 8th round. And now the doctor wants to take another look at Gabe Rosado's left eye.
Look straight at me. Okay, you're looking at me right now. All right, here we go. Here it is.
They're going to let him fight.
They're giving him this, like the SATs. They're giving him tough tests here, testing peripheral vision. And
I mean, at some point, he's not going to be able to see those fingers, so are they going to stop the fight?
And is that a good enough reason to stop this fight? Because his vision's impaired. This is boxing.
Step back. Okay, got you. Step back. If you work the fights for HBO, you'll never forget Arturo Gatti against Wilson Rodriguez. Dead blind, able to identify the number of fingers in front of him because cutman Joe Souza would tap his knee a number of times to let him know what number to say. Stayed in the fight long enough to knock Rodriguez out with a dead blind left hook in the 5th round.
Lemieux took the last round off. He's got some more energy, and he's landing some hellacious shots to the head and the body of Gabriel Rosado right now.
Those body shots, I think, throughout the fight have really taken the starch out of Rosado's shots. So even when Rosado tries to rally, he's not bothering Lemieux with the punches.
Yeah, and as we know, those are only 10-ounce gloves they got on.
Lemieux's people insisted to us yesterday, the late fight fade is a thing of the past. Now that he's changed his nutritional program, trains differently, this B12 engine will no longer run out of gas, but rather will be sustained by the right fuel all the way through.
So far, so good. So far, they're right. Because Rosado, especially in that fourth round, gave Lemieux something to think about, and he's giving him something to think about here.
Crowd comes to life as Rosado lands his crispest combination in a while and fires an uppercut up the middle that lands on Lemieux. Might be able to discourage David from just walking in the way he has been for the last several rounds.
Yeah, part of that discouragement is the jab, and he needs to keep the jab in Lemieux's face. Lemieux smaller, shorter reach, and that'll keep him at bay. But if Gabe just goes tit for tat, punch for punch, so far he's been on the short end of the stick.
And it remains to be seen if Lemieux can generate that kind of snapping power going backwards. Coming forward, he has his weight into those shots. What happens if he can make Lemieux go back?
Yeah, it's certainly a sacrifice. He's going to take some punishment, and it's risky, but at this point, what does he have to lose?
But Lemieux landed another hard left hook to the body, and that set up a following combination, and momentarily he's back in control.
And if he forces Lemieux back, then Lemieux's not nearly as dangerous in those exchanges. And then Rosado can let his hands go more with less fear of catching a big knockout punch in return.
Right, and if I'm not mistaken, this is where Rosado's has been the most effective, where you said it, where he's slightly pushing Lemieux back.
Lemieux was bothered by what he thought was a low shot. Steve Willis was telling Rosado to keep him up, but didn't penalize him. Now
big left hook.
Hard left hook by Lemieux, which stops Rosado in his tracks to end the round.
Hit him with the fastball.
Hey, look at me, look at me. You got to take it to him like that again. You can knock him out, Gabe. You can knock him out. You got to take it to him. Take deep breaths. Take deep breaths. Look at me. Look at me, son. Take it to him. You're a Philadelphia boy. Take it to him. Don't back up. I want him out of here. Take him out. You got it in you, son. You got to reach down for it.
Then we see Rosado putting in some good work, short uppercut, and then all of a sudden the equalizer that Lemieux has, a left hook to the chin of Rosado, that certainly got his attention.
And guys, while I wouldn't love to see this fight stop because of a swollen eye, if Lemieux continues to stagger Rosado at a certain point, you have to wonder about the amount of punishment to his head generally that Rosado is taking.
Time. Too much courage for his own good could ultimately be the bottom line on this fight for Gabe Rosado, but you heard Jesse Reed between rounds in the corner.
Follow that line. Where's that line? Where's that line? I'm following it.
One more time, Rosado passes the test and gets to go to the 10th round, and the crowd loves it. Steve Weisfeld, how do you have it coming to 10?
Jim, I have it 88-82 for Lemieux. The problem is that the rounds are now getting competitive. Rounds 8 and 9 were close. Unlike Algieri, Provodnikov, Lemieux is landing, though, more punches and the harder punches. After 9 rounds, I have Lemieux up by 6 points.
Lemieux smells blood right now.
Yeah, Rosado's shaky, and that last shot at the end of the last round shook Rosado up.
Yeah.
And Lemieux just continues to land really hard shots downstairs and increasingly upstairs.
I've been talking about David Lemieux's thunderous right hand for years. What a left hook. I mean, he has shown us a tremendous weapon tonight with that left hook.
Yeah, he can punch with both hands.
There it is again. There it is again. That one he missed.
If the commission wants to stop the fight, you can stop it because of punishment Rosado's taking to his head.
Anytime.
Not because of his swollen eye.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of punishment right now to the head and the body. The ref's taking a good look at Rosado, as he should. Rosado's a tough kid, and sometimes you may have to save a person like Rosado from himself.
This has been a big round for Lemieux.
As we saw in the Golovkin fight.
A big round seemingly set up by the hard left hook that ended the last round. He traps Rosado in the corner again, and Steve Willis is very close to stopping it. And he's gonna,
quick.
nope, he's gonna tell him to keep fighting. Willis can't seem to make up his mind.
I believe that's the doctor on the ring rope.
And now the
calling a
doctor is up
timeout.
at the ring ropes. And it's over. Willis is gonna respond to Dr. Barry Jordan at ringside. Dr.
Look,
Jordan has seen enough.
I understand that stoppage. And the logic of the doctor when he kept giving him these very difficult eye tests that Rosado was passing makes sense if they wanted to use that as a cover to stop the fight, because while there was no obvious moment to stop it, the accumulation of hard shots, especially upstairs, becomes dangerous after a certain number of rounds. I think they were looking to stop it, and I think they did the right thing eventually.
And I hope I've properly identified the doctor. Barry Jordan is not listed as an official doctor for the fight, but I believe I'm identifying him correctly as the man who stepped up on the ropes or to the ropes at the far corner of the ring and stopped the fight. And Steve Weisfeld assures me that I am correct. It's Dr. Barry Jordan. And again, he's not listed as one of the official doctors for the fight, but he is the chief doctor for the New York State Athletic Commission, and he had seen enough.
Really impressive performance by Lemieux.
Barry, would you like to see him against Gennady Golovkin? What a matchup of power punchers, huh?
He would be a severe underdog, but he's a real puncher. He's athletic, and who's going to get in the ring with Golovkin? Of all the available opponents, boy, that would be exciting.
That would be exciting.
Here we see a right hand from Lemieux, right on the button. I'm sure Rosado didn't see it with the swollen eye. And here we see Lemieux following up, combinations to the head, left hook. He's walking Rosado down, right hand, another left hook. They're grazing him, but they're heavy enough shots where it gets the doctor's attention, the referee's attention. It's the accumulative effect. You got to respect Rosado. Lemieux put on a great performance. They stopped it, and I think it was a great stoppage from both the ref and the doctor.
Well, I just think it was the doctor who did it.
And I think the ref was, I mean, he was seconds away from jumping in from what it looked like
to me. There's the celebration from the Lemieux family at ringside, as David Lemieux gets the first knockout of his career beyond the 7th round, shows that he can sustain energy through a long fight, and scores a late knockout, which will greatly enhance his reputation. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the particulars on the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we give the official time, how about a round of applause for the courage and heart displayed by Gabe Rosado in this ring tonight. Referee Steve Willis calls a halt to the contest. The official time, 1 minute 45 seconds, round number 10. The winner by TKO victory. His record now 33 victories, 31 KOs. De Montreal, Quebec, Canada, the NABF middleweight champion, David Lemieux.
Let's look at final CompuBox numbers, and you will see the advantages that Lemieux had all the way through. Landing 85 more punches, throwing nearly 230 more punches, and landing at a slightly higher connect percentage. Power shots, 178 out of 377, and those 178 punches, big thunder, both hands. He was loading up on virtually every punch, trying to knock Rosado out, and as a result, Rosado took enormous punishment. And look at the distribution of punches around Rosado's head. Both the left hook and the right cross, constant factors in the fight.
Heavy
Not enough
punishment.
body punches on Lemieux.
Right.
Only 23 body punches landed in the fight by Rosado. That won't do it, particularly when Lemieux was landing 59 thunderous body shots of his own. Again, both the left hand and the right hand, big factors in those assaults. Let's go to Max Kellerman with the winner.
Congratulations on a tremendous performance tonight. What statement did you just make?
Well, first off, I would like to give hats off to Rosado. He's one hell of a fighter. He gave me one hell of a night. I had a tremendous preparation for this fight. I wanted to show you all what I could do, and I hope you liked it, you enjoyed it. I wanted to put a statement here. Rosado was a lot better than I even thought. Hats off to him, and I hope you enjoyed it.
It was very enjoyable. In the fourth round, after you knocked him down, he seemed to test you. And in the past, in your rough spot fights, you didn't always respond very well to that. Tonight, you fought through it. What was the difference?
Well, it's an easy answer. The preparation has been way different. My team has been much different. I changed everything, and I know what Rosado wanted to do. He wanted to take me in deep waters. He thought I was going to gas out in the later rounds, but I had said that before the fight, that wouldn't be the case. I would be here prepared for a 12-round fight and explosive from the first round till the 12th round, so that's what I gave y'all.
Finally, Triple G Gennady Golovkin is widely perceived as the best middleweight in the world, and the middleweight finding the hardest time to get other top middleweights to get in with him. Tonight was largely about seeing if you could emerge as a potential matchup for Triple G. Are you interested in that fight?
I'm a 160 middleweight fighter. I'm willing to be world champion, so I'm ready to fight anybody at the 160 division. Gennady Golovkin, Quinlan, Cotto, whoever's 160, I'm not afraid of nobody. I'm willing to fight everybody. I train hard, I give it my best every time I get in the ring, so I want to be the best, so I'll have to fight the best. Gennady Golovkin, I'm not scared of him.
Congratulations on a terrific performance, and thank you for it.
Thank you all, thank you very much. Respect, my man. You're a man.
Gabe, quickly, you've been in with the top middleweights in the world.
Yeah.
Where does this guy stand?
No, he's a good fighter, man. I think it was, what was it, the second round I went down with that punch? Honest to goodness, man, it was just difficult seeing. As soon as the eye puffed up, I literally was seeing 3 of them the whole fight. Right now, I can't even see. It's just I was trying to fight. I was trying to counter as best as I could with one eye. And it's just my luck, man.
And does he fit in with the top middleweights?
Yeah, you know, but I felt like I was doing good when I was able to box. I started the fight off with the game plan, moving, making them miss, making them countering. I felt like I could took control of the fight easily. I just ended up being a little handicapped with the eye, but he's a good fighter, man. I give him credit.
Thanks, Gabe, for a courageous performance as always. Jim?
Obviously, Lemieux's stock rose as the result of the exciting performance. Then rose again 6 months later when he knocked Hassan Dam down 4 times en route to a unanimous decision win. From there, a quick and effective negotiation yielded one of the most exciting matchups to this point in 21st century boxing. Knockout artist Gennady Gennadievich Golovkin versus fellow knockout artist David Lemieux. Don't miss it. October 17, live from Madison Square Garden on HBO pay-per-view.